Hello everybody and welcome to the cabin. Just fired up the wood stove, take the chill out of the air in there. We got plenty of work to do here. One of the first things that I need to do is get the propane system set up. There are propane gas lights and a gas stove inside, and there's a gas refrigerator outside. I don't even know if it's hooked up, but it's there. And for some unknown reason, here's the gas line hookup. Looked like it was attacked by an angry beaver. Why that is, I have no idea. And I even found the regulator for it in the shed there. I don't quite understand, but this is where it comes in. It goes to some gas lights in the gas stove. There's also some gas lights on the other end. And there's another mystery line here attached to something. So, let's see. Let's crawl under here. Oh, I haven't even, this is the first time there has been no snow. We got some stuff going on there. Oh, that's just a loose piece. So maybe I'll crawl under there and see. Luckily I'm skinny. I'll take a gander and see where that second gas line's going. See if there's two that I need to tee together or who knows what. Oh, well, luckily there's some space under this end. But you can see there's the bottom gas line that curves and goes up. And I don't quite know where it goes, so let's follow it. Alright, so there's the one mystery gas line going to the gas fridge, needing quite a bit of cleaning. Hopefully it works. And now here's where the gas line comes in, the upper one comes in, and goes along this beam. And the one odd thing, this is how it always is with buying stuff from somebody else. People do weird things. So here's it's been teed off to a 1/4-inch pipe. Just sawzalled right off. Who knows why? So that'll have to get plugged, of course, before we do anything. But the gas line goes down the beam to some lights and the stove. But the real mystery is over here in the other rooms. We got some gas lights that are clearly hooked up to something, but I have no idea where the gas line goes. So I'll see if I can stick my head under this end of the cabin. So let's take a look. So this is roughly where I want the tank. It's a little lopsided, but I'm just quickly getting it set up just for spacing purposes. And what we have here is the regulator and the pigtail that'll attach the regulator to the tank. This is a Marshall Excelsior dual stage regulator. So propane systems, gas systems have two stages. There's the high stage or the high pressure stage, which takes tank pressure, which is maybe 2 or 250 psi, drops it down to 10 psi. And then the second stage regulator will take it from the 10 psi down to 11 inches water column, which is what pretty much everything uses. Every gas appliance uses is 11 inches water column, plus or minus a bit. And I decided to have a dual stage regulator, which is the single or the first stage here and the second stage here, because my tank is just going to be right here. If I had a big tank set somewhere else going to the house, I might have a the first stage 10 psi high pressure regulator, over on the big tank going to the house, and then you step it down to the 11-inch water column. The reason for that is the higher pressure it is, the smaller gas line you need. You could run an 11-inch water column from your tank, wherever it may be, to your house, but you're going to need big line. But in this case, I'm just doing 2-in-1. And of course it's cheaper to buy one regulator, one dual stage regulator. Brand new on eBay for like 50 bucks or so. I made this little bracket, so it's just going to go on the side of the cabin like so. Now all these regulators are going to have a vent. Here's the vent. It's even labeled. You want the vent pointing down. If it's outside especially, because you don't want any water or anything getting in there. If it's inside, it doesn't matter so much. And this is the pigtail 1/4" NPT on the regulator side, which is what that is, and then a POL fitting to go into the tank. POL apparently stands for Presto Light. I guess they originated the propane tank gas fitting. And we have some nice Milwaukee cordless tools. I just bought them. I feel very official now having some nice cordless tools available. So let's figure out exactly where I want this, and I'll screw this to the wall. Well, one benefit of an off-grid cabin, when you're randomly drilling screws into stuff, you don't have to worry about if you're going to accidentally hit an electrical line. Oh yeah, good old Phillips. They love to jump out. Oh, cordless tools, where have you been? Beautiful. Put a little pipe tape on the pigtail connector. Now, it's important, leave that first thread untaped, or if you're using pipe dope, I got some rectum seal here. Leave the first thread or two untouched. That way, when you thread this in, it doesn't push any shit from that thread sealant into your gas line or water, air line, whatever. Since this is going into a regulator, you definitely want to make sure that's clean. You know, so here I am saying, it's kind of weird how they designed this bracket, because you got to get your fingers back there to screw it on, and you know, if you screw it on to bracket first, then you can't get a drill in there to screw these screws in. Then I told myself, Connor, you made this damn bracket. I could have made this I could have made this taller, or I could have just flipped this thing around, and then I could have had the clearance for the drill. Whatever, what can you do? But there we go, we got it all mounted. Oh, that cap is loose. This cap, I believe, is let's take it off. I believe this is for an adjustment. Plus and minus, look at that. You shouldn't need to mess with this. This is set at the factory, I believe, at a 11 inches water column. No gasket on there. But if, for whatever reason, you need to adjust your pressure, that's how you do it. You just screw it in or out. And there is another vent for the first stage, the high stage. You can see the words right there, vent. This vent is horizontal. The bigger vent there is vertical down, which is ideal. But I might eventually make a little shield for it, or just take a flap of rubber. For now, I might just wrap it with some aluminum foil to keep the weather off it. So firstly, I didn't bring a tripod, so that's why you're looking at more than just my hands. But flaring this pipe or tubing is pretty much like flaring brake line. And I'm not talking about the tools or anything like that. I'm talking about remembering to put the nut on before you flare it. So anyway, slid it on, and it is just a regular brake line flaring tool, except this isn't going to get double flared, and I probably shouldn't put the other end in the dirt. In this case, a little dirt might hurt. Now, I'm going to set that in there. This is 3/8 line. Oh, and there's a couple different types of copper line. Type L, which is what this is. Type R, which is refrigeration. And type M, I think. Type R, the refrigeration, that's the thinnest line. And lowest pressure rating, of course, would be fine for this, but since it's a thin wall, I just wanted it to flare easy and just bend a little easier without kinking. And the heaviest stuff, which I think is type M, that's just expensive. So I bought this type L. Now I don't know actually what the proper stick out is. I just kind of did what looks appropriate, which is that. And I make sure the two halves of the flaring bar are, I can back up, I guess, give you a little better view. But make sure the two halves of the flaring bar are even with each other. Crank them down. And then take your nice mismatched flaring yoke, set it in there, tighten her down. I suppose some oil on here would help it flare, but I'm not going to do that since this is for gas. And also make sure you're flaring into the chamfered side of the flaring bar. And unlike brake line, this is not double flared. Flared all the way in there. I guess I estimated the height pretty well. Nice and tight, back it off. Now there's a couple burrs and chips and such in there that I'll clean out. But there you have it. So here's how it's coming together. I'm really liking it. The outlet of the regulator. Well, this is a 1/2 inch NPT to 3/8 flare adapter. 45 degree flare, by the way. Got a T there. Gonna go up to the lights in the stove, then tee off to that other broken line over there for the fridge. Well, that is just fucking dandy. Tightened everything down. We're ready to go. I am not today because it's getting a little late and it's getting cold. Finished just in time, but these lines are just flopping around. I am going to take some of that perforated metal strapping and affix it to the side of the cabin so it's not flopping around. But that's just great. So I'm going to go inside, fix that cut pipe, and I guess we'll make some soapy water and check for leaks and see how it goes. Well, son of a bitch. I just decided, just for the hell of it, to try to light these gas lamps in the bedrooms. I opened the valve and I heard gas hissing out, and sure enough it lit. I have absolutely no idea where the gas line is going to or from, but hey, if it works, it works. Oh fuck yeah, look at that. Just in time for nighttime. It didn't even take that much time to bleed the air out of the lines. I just clicked it with a lighter every so often, and then I waited a little bit too long, clicked it, and poof, big ball of flame, and we got some light. We got another light over here, and it is hooked up to the stove, but the stove is a absolute disaster. The stove is used, as you see, more of like a candle holder and a dust collector. So we're going to clean that up tomorrow, and hopefully it works. And there's an oven as well. And then we won't have to use this butane stove. We'll have four burners. Four. That'll be living the high life.
And an oven.
And an oven, yeah.
It's like bright in here. Like normal.
Yeah.
Almost normal amount of light.
Yeah, so these we got these two lights, we got a little oil lamp going there, and there's the Coleman propane 2-burner lamp up there. We're gonna put I have another lamp, we'll put it over here, maybe even put 2 or something, but I just bought 1 for now. They're actually fairly expensive. I'll just tee into that gas line up there, and we'll be pretty well lit. And we're definitely well heated with the wood stove. And we got a good companion right out of this. What do you think? What do you think about all the light? You don't know what to think, do you? Oh, a different house.
Sit.
A different house,
Sit.
oh no.
Just sit. Go to bed.
She's so terrified. Well, everybody, I think that was a success. That was pretty easy. I expected to fight with this for a while, but oh, your water's boiling. Yeah, gotta not stand in your way.
Get out of there.
But yeah, let's see. It's 7:30 now, and it's dinner time. And when did we start? We got I don't know, probably started at. We got here at 1, unloaded. Oh, we started at maybe 2 or 3 o'clock. Or I started on that project 2 or 3 o'clock.
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 4 hours of cutting lines and flaring and all that. So there you have it, everybody. There's how to run some propane lines for your off-grid cabin. Thanks for watching, everybody, and make sure to hit the thumbs up button. I'm sure you enjoyed this, and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Come on back for more.